Where is their wealth in the future? How to earn wealth easily? Today, we talk about how to use the 3C Global Consumer Asset Securities to achieve freedom of wealth. 3C Global Consumer Asset Securitization Platform builds CB2 global business ecosystem. Formally entered the Asia-Pacific Economic Circle of 2017. What is the CB2 platform? C is the individual. B is the enterprise. 2 is the platform. 3C International is a global consumer financial asset securitization platform that combines individuals, businesses, and platforms. So that consumption equals investment, equals financial management, equals wealth. It is the global consumer financial platform trend of the era built by 3C International. 2. What is the global consumer asset securitization? It is a Pratt & Whitney financial platform that responds to global economic trend. It is a consumer asset securities converted through consumption finance. It is through the financial leverage continue to enlarge and add value. To enlarge profit income, everyone can have wealth. Everyone can get rich. 3. How to participate in 3C International Consumer Financial Platform. First, the individual consumer. You can choose to become a consumer. Consumption equals investment, equals received 3C consumer asset securities can participate in dividends. Second, the product franchisee. You can rest assured that your product will join the 3C International platform for global one-stop sales. Third, the equity integration enterprises. Enterprises can, through the 3C International platform, issue corporate internal product securities or join 3C International to co-issue consumer asset securities. Consumption platform, sales channels, network systems, trading channels, all built. Products, manufacturers, and enterprises can directly contact and join. Examples of participation. Mr. Jensen on behalf of the individual consumer to participate in 3C. He will get the amount of consumption and other value of the goods, and 3C distribution of the corresponding multiple consumer asset securities daily check dividend right. Ms. Wei Sun on behalf of the product franchisee. Ms. Wei Sun at least 5,000 C2V turnaround securities in order to shelves the consumer products or declaration for products. There are 10,000 C2V turnaround securities, can be shelves to consumer products or declarations products, and so on. A business up to 5 consumer or newspaper products ended. To promote the enterprise will be the most unique needs and cost-effective products to join 3C. 3C platform locks the end consumer so that enterprises continue to doubtly increase customers, so that enterprises join products in short supply. Mr. Lee Sun represents the equity firm. Mr. Lee Sun's business needs to run for more than 3 years. The industry has the trend of development space, and for more than 3 consecutive years of continuous profit. The product has a rigid consumer DEM and in line with national quality assurance and through the platform audit before they can jointly issue 3C International's product securities or corporate consumer asset securities. 3C International platform, every member of each month must have a part of the proceeds needs to get 3C International Mall to consumption. Called the system within the cycle, continue to lock the end consumer users. Through the online, offline marketing to gain terminal members. Platform business model details lock and end consumer. The international consumption platform to build sales Skynet. Offline physical store experience consumption. Distribution of financial leverage consumer asset dividends right, so that consumption can get rich. So that consumer finance for every consumer to provide value for money financial services. 4. How to participate in 3C and receive the global dividend income of consumer assets. First of all, 3C International Multi-Package Consumption allows you to get a number of options for consumer asset securities distribution. Second, 3C International platform with the characteristics of consumer finance. Consumer access to products at the same time. You will get the corresponding multiples of the distribution of securities. Can be signed every day to take the remaining 1,000 of the advertising dividend income. Dividends can be directly redeemed. The international trading platform CMV value securities for value-added or trading transactions realized. Can also be full consumption platform mall equivalent products. For example, Mr. Jessen chose the C5 consumer package. Spent £10,000 immediately, received the corresponding amount of the value of the exchange products, and received 3C International platform delivery, 5 times Pratt & Whitney securities. There are 1 times in the mortgage securities account, 4 times in Pratt & Whitney securities account. The number of mortgage securities accounts is Mr. Jessen in the platform before the listing of the original shares of the distribution of value or quantity. Pratt & Whitney securities account balance is able to immediately enjoy 1/1000th of a day advertising dividend income. Then Mr. Jessen will receive a daily bonus for the ad. The balance of 40,000 Pratt & Whitney securities accounts decreases by 1/1000th of a day. That is, Mr. Jessen will receive about 40 CDV bonus securities per day, equivalent to £40. You can choose to continue to vote to regain 5 times the distribution of securities. You can also choose to redeem the international trading platform CMV value securities to sell cash or value. Full consumption platform, equivalent products and services. Distribution of securities proceeds and royalty income. C1 consumption package immediately dispatch 3 times the consumption of assets of securities. Access to small departments to increase the performance of 9% of the royal family income. C2 consumption package immediately dispatch 3.5 times the consumer asset securities. Access to small departments to add 11% of the royal income. C3 consumption package immediately dispatch 4 times the consumption of assets of securities. Access to small departments to add 13% of the royal income. C4 consumption package immediately dispatch 4.5 times the consumer asset securities. Access to small departments to increase the performance of 16% of the royal family income. C5 consumer package immediately dispatch 5 times the consumer asset securities. Access to small departments to add 20% of the royal income. Aristocratic income. When the consumption package members of the small department reaches £2.5 million, you can get their own and the team 3% of the new consumption, or repeat investment grade poor aristocratic income. When small department reaches to £15,000, you can get their own and team 6% of the aristocratic income. When small department reaches to £50,000, you can get their own and the team 9% of the aristocratic income. When small department reaches to £15 million, you can get their own and the team 11% of the aristocratic income. When small department reaches to £500,000, you can get their own and the team 13% of the aristocratic income. When small department reaches to £1.5 million, you can get their own and the team 15% of the aristocratic income. Public income and gentleman income. Public income is when you directly share the members with their own level or beyond. You can get directly share members of the aristocratic income of 20%. The gentleman's income is the average distribution of 10% of the income of the leaders of all the leaders who can share their own consumption. Global Charity Fund. Every time consumption, upgrade, reinstatement will have 1% directly into the Global Charitable Fund. Open, fair, and transparent to do the global charity. How to return the continuous income. Own small departments and teams each upgrade or re-vote. All proceeds. All resettlement. Assuming that Mr. Jessen chose to invest in the first 6 months of the stock dividend income, then 6 months after the monthly income will be up to about £1,500. Assuming that Mr. Jessen chooses to put the generated securities on the trading platform to value-added transactions, or to replace the preferred shares issued by the platform, they will eventually receive an additional 6 times the split income. Then Mr. Jessen will be in the original consumer distribution securities dividends on the basis of a higher return on earnings will be. This will make Mr. Jessen very easy and easy to become a millionaire. A millionaire. 5. Security of the platform. Enterprises and the platform jointly issue consumer asset securities. The real integration of the integration of the win-win business model. 3C International is the consumer financial platform that allows consumers spending to continue to stimulate the consumption of physical chain consumption, to thousands of high-quality enterprises to join, issue consumer assets and securities, to achieve internal and external circulation of consumer asset securities platform. Really create a global multi-party win-win top consumer industry financial business model. 6. How to use 3C International platform. In addition to investment and financial management, what other applications the generated Pratt & Whitney securities have? Mr. Jessen generated bonus securities units every day is CEV circulation securities. CEV, in addition to investment and financial management. You can go to all online merchants online for equivalent exchange or exchange into CMV value added and transactions. CMV is the value securities that can be value added and traded at international trading platform. The advertising dividend unit generated by Mr. Jessen sign every day is CDV bonus securities. The same with CEV, in addition to investment and financial management functions. CDV can also be converted into CEV to online and offline all businesses for the equivalent exchange of consumption. Can also be directly converted into CMV for value-added or transaction realization. The international trading platform CMV Value Securities is based on C2V securities. For each sale of 100,000 to 500,000, the number of a price increase each rose 0.02 pounds. Whether you are as a consumer or a partner, will be in the consumption of high-quality products and services at the same time. Receive the dividend income from Global Pratt & Whitney securities. To realize, consumption equals investment, equals capital preservation, equals zero risk high value. It is time to act. It is time to participate in. Consumption equals investment, and financial management is a kind of mainstream and trend of the time. It is urgent to change consumption to investment first. Come on, 3C International welcome you.